This is the man who kidnapped 9-year-old Charlotte Sena while she was camping with her family in upstate New York. I'm going to go over everything we know so far about her abduction and her rescue. Let's get into it. Charlotte and her family were camping at Moreau Lake State Park this past weekend when she was last seen at 6:15 p.m. on Saturday night. This is where they were camping in Loop A, which is right beside the main entrance to the park. She and some friends were biking around Loop A at the campsite, and it was almost time for supper. Her friends decided they were finished and she wanted to take one more run around the loop. After 15 minutes, when Charlotte didn't return, everyone got worried and started searching for her. Within half an hour, they had located Charlotte's bike and no Charlotte. They immediately called 911 and the police arrived. They brought everything they could with them. They had search dogs, they had drones, even thermal imaging. They searched all night with no signs of Charlotte. The park closed down, asked everyone to stay away while the search continued, and at about 9:30 the next morning, they issued an Amber Alert for Charlotte. The search party grew to over 400 and still no signs of Charlotte. There was a team of detectives surveying the Sena's home while the Senas were still at the campground waiting and searching for their daughter. The search team witnessed a man at 4:20 a.m. on Monday morning drop something off in the mailbox. They said they were unable to catch the vehicle because it happened so quickly, but they were able to make out the make. Apparently, the note that was left in the mailbox from this man, Craig Ross Jr., who's 49 years old, was actually a ransom note in relation to Charlotte's kidnapping. At 2 p.m. on Monday, the police were able to make a positive identification of this man due to him leaving his fingerprints on the ransom note. He happened to have had a DUI in 1999, so his fingerprints were on record. Soon after identifying that the suspect was Craig Ross Jr., police started raiding several properties he was known to frequent, including his mother's home. His mother lived in a mobile home, and he apparently lived in a camper trailer out back. Before his arrest, the state police were seen gathering in the parking lot of the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. They had tactical vehicles. There was a helicopter. The FBI was there. There were troopers there in camouflage and also SWAT. They barricaded the road and raided his mother's trailer and the camper trailer he was in. Police did say he resisted arrest, so he did have some minor injuries from the struggle. They ended up finding Charlotte in his travel camper, and she was in a cabinet wrapped in a blanket. They said she was in good health, and they immediately called the ambulance, and she was transported to the hospital. This man has now been charged with first-degree kidnapping, which is an A1 felony, and his next court appearance is going to be October the 17th. Additional charges are expected. Charlotte's aunt has now started a GoFundMe for the family called Help Support the Sena Family. And she wrote the following statement. Charlotte Sena was abducted on September 30th in upstate New York and was found October 2nd. Please donate to help the family during this difficult time. I'm Charlotte's aunt, and all donations will go directly to her parents to help with expenses while they transition back to some sense of normalcy.